What is it?
Oh my goodness.
It's a light up scooter.
Oh my goodness.
Right, that is super awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to put that out the back.
Yeah, we got a lot of space on the sidewalk out back. We don't have to worry about cars.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Oh, it holds up nice.
Yeah.
Won't take up a whole lot of space in the garage either.
Spoken like a man who loves his garage.
Oh yeah. He gauges everything I buy based on how much space I take in the garage.
Hey, he's so T. That's all I can
I
say.
know.
Gotta love him, right?
The part. Ooh, oh, he's gonna be good at that.
Oh,
the wheels are lighting
yeah.
up. The wheels are lighting up.
Yeah, wheels.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. But the rest of the scooter has lights all over it, so
That's awesome.
that must be how those work.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, the wheels light up because the.
From the weight, I guess, or what?
The motion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
They do.
Oh, that is cool.
That is too cool.
Not forward enough. I'm gonna make it ollie and then fall.
Poor Sergeant. He's like, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride my. Daddy, I'm gonna ride my scooter next to you. Leo is victorious. Yeah, but I still need to with balance. Maybe that's because I have the other arm. But I also only have 2 wheels. You have 4.
Hello, my lovely beauties. How we doing? How we feeling? If you're stopping by my channel for the very first time, hello, my name is Sheila and welcome to the last episode of Vlogmas 2020. I'm sitting in front of my tree. I don't know if this will be the last video that will be in front of my tree because honestly, I have been a little bit conflicted on when I want to end the Christmas season. I'm typically a person that on Christmas Day, I burn my tree all day. Well, actually on Christmas Eve night, I burn my decorations outside and inside all night. Growing up, that was how Santa found your house. And you know, some of those things that you believe when you were a child, you just never stop believing in them. And I know last night I looked outside and all my neighbors had turned out their lights, and I almost did because I thought, you know, here I am 55 years old and I'm still believing that I need to leave my lights on so that Santa can find my house. And I said to myself, you know what? The magic of Christmas is the power of believing. If you stop believing, the magic goes away. So I told myself, don't stop believing in the magic, that leaving your lights on all night helps Santa to find his way. So I did. I left my lights on all night. And today I turned off my lights on the outside, but I did leave my lights on my tree all day today. And just feeling the magic of Christmas in my heart. Looking at my grandson open his gifts today, my daughter-in-law and my son. The house, this room was filled with magic. And that's the magic that I will always believe in. Because if you don't believe in magic, it certainly won't ever appear. In hindsight of this whole year that we've had, I don't know when I want to take down my Christmas tree. I normally don't burn it after Christmas Day, maybe sometimes 1 or 2 days after, but I was always taught again that your tree had to be gone by the midnight when the new year came in, because Christmas was then now a whole year away. But this year, it's been so difficult with so many different things hitting the world, hitting me as an individual, my family, that I think I need the magic to just last a little bit longer. So I think I want the magic to go into the new year, to bring a magical 2021. I haven't quite made up my mind yet, but that's where my heart is leading. So I don't want to say this is the last time I'll be sitting in front of this Christmas tree, because somehow when I say that, or the thought of that makes me sad, because right now this Christmas tree gives me so much joy. And then in conclusion of Vlogmas 2020, I want to first of all thank all of you for answering me when I asked, should I do Vlogmas 2020? My heart wanted to do it so bad, but I honestly didn't know if my body was going to allow me to do it. When I saw the responses from so many people asking me to do it, I thought, I have to at least try. And here it is, the very last night, and I'm concluding Vlogmas 2020, surviving breast cancer, closing out 2020. I've even got my natural lashes with a little mascara on them. I don't know if you can see them in the camera, but I was all geared up to put on my big, thick false lashes, you know, the glam ones that I've been wearing for the last couple of days. And I thought, let's just try a little mascara to see if truly you have any lashes there, because I've been seeing them sticking out, straight out as a matter of fact. And so I don't know if you can see them in the camera, but I can see them when I stand and look in the mirror. So I don't know, I'm just filled with so much joy. And by the way, I am sipping on some blueberry coffee. I don't know if you all remember me talking about blueberry coffee way back. If you remember that, you are definitely an OG, because that means you've been around for a long time. So I found it on Amazon, and these were the K-Cups. This was one of my Christmas presents for my dear son. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, because I know the one that I had was quite expensive, and it was in a pack, not in the K-Cups. I frothed up me some creamer in it, and it's delicious. It's soothing. My allergies have been really bad today. We were outside. The wind last night brought in some crazy stuff. We did open our presents inside today, but we opened the windows. We wore a mask. And then as soon as the presents were open, we went outside. So we stayed as safe as possible, but we just really wanted the magic of the Christmas tree. We didn't touch or hug, and we hand sanitized to death. I sprayed Lysol, like we were being so very careful. I'm going to share a small gift that I got. Well, it's a small gift, but it's a huge gift. I don't want to show too much of it because it is very personal and very private. As you all know, we took pictures right before Thanksgiving, and it was right after my surgery. When I look at these pictures, I'm just reminded how blessed I am that just a few days out of surgery, I was able to stand with my family. And at that time, I didn't know for sure that I was breast cancer free. I knew that the surgery went well, and I knew that the doctor had very positive thoughts. But all the tests weren't back. But I stood there with my family, proud and happy as I could be. I look at those pictures, I'm so thankful for everything that God has blessed me with this year. I feel that I, myself, sitting here in front of this camera is definitely a Christmas miracle. Okay, I had to kind of like try to pull myself together a little bit. Tears of humbleness, not tears of sorrow, because I'm very humble right now. I'm very, very humble unto the Lord that I was spared, that I sit here breast cancer free. So I'm very, very humble. So my tears are genuine, and they are here, and they come from a place of thankfulness. But you know, it's funny. You know, the thing about having breast cancer, I was talking to my son's father today, and we were all sitting outside, and he called to speak to Leo, and we were talking about C words and the effect that they have on you when you hear the C word. And, you know, the day that I heard cancer, once the word cancer was spoken, I didn't hear anything after that. I mean, I heard it, but I didn't hear it. You know, it took me several hours to compose myself to where I could actually function. The tears came. My legs were weak. At times I felt like I couldn't breathe. I saw my whole life flash before my face. But once I got myself together, I was much more prepared to deal with it. And as you all know, the rest of the story. My son's father recently heard the C word, but it wasn't cancer. It was COVID. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with COVID, and so is his wife. So they're both doing great, but we kind of talked about the C word being, for me, it was cancer. And because now COVID is such a scary thing, that when he heard COVID for the first several minutes after that, he heard nothing that the doctor had to say. He just saw his life flash before his face. He imagined himself not living. He imagined himself not being around for his grandson. And we had that little bit of a common factor there for a little while. And as we both were so thankful that we are okay. He and his wife are still in quarantine, but they're both doing very well. And looking at my tree, every little glisten of the lights that's on the tree, my heart is so thankful. And then I think about other survivors, other people that have beat the odds, and how some people that, even though God has taken them through a storm and delivered them on the other side of the storm, maybe a little bruised up, maybe everything's not the same. Because I honestly know that even though God has taken me through the storm, I know that there are things about me that I don't think will ever be the same. But I'm not dwelling on that. I'm dwelling on the life, the fact that I'm breathing, the fact that I'm able to sit here in front of this camera and share this moment with you all, the fact that I was able to watch my grandson under this tree unwrap presents, and the fact that, because we all did basically Amazon gifts this year because we were all trying to be safe, but for each one of us, every gift that was opened, our eyes were just glowing with happiness. That moment, priceless. And I wonder how people can be angry when they have so much to be thankful for. You know, I can just imagine that some people watching this video right now are going to think, when I said that I was talking to my son's father, my ex-husband, on the phone, some people were probably thinking, what? You talked to your ex-husband? Yes, I talked to my ex-husband. Yes, we text each other to see how we're doing. He has checked on me throughout my entire battle with cancer. I've been checking on him through his battle with COVID. We check on each other. We have a child together that is now a grown man, yes, but he's still our child. We have a grandson together, which means we will always be in communication with each other. You know, we did have it rough the first, I don't know, I'd probably say the first couple years after the divorce. Things were not the greatest. It was not easy to chat with each other. And it behooves me every time I'm placed in this situation, whether it's through friends that are dealing with exes or loss of friendships, at how people once, if something doesn't work out, whether it's between a couple going through a divorce or just friends losing their friendship, how one day they can mean so much to you, and then the next day they become every bad word in the book. I was never that person. You know, we had our differences, don't get me wrong, and there were days that things were so bad. There was so much pain, so much just things that we had to figure out. But I'm so thankful that through all of that, he was still my son's father. I never once called him out of his name. I never once said F you or kiss my or, you know, I can't stand you. I never ever saw him that way. Although I know that the pain that I was in was one that I never wanted to feel again, and that I resented the fact that I was being placed in that situation, but it would never erase the fact that at some point, that the things that made me fall in love with him, that the qualities of him were still there, even though it wasn't in the way that our marriage was going to work. And that's the way I am with friendships. You know, in my life, I've had friendships to come and go. I mean, obviously, we all have. Some hurt me way more than others. I shared with you all a friendship that I lost. I guess it's been about a year ago now. I don't even know. Like, it's funny because it's hard to remember exactly when that happened. I'd actually have to go back and check the text message on my phone to see when it actually happened. But even then, I never, ever said anything bad about her. And I think when I think about things like that, like, I think in terms of we had some great times together. I may not approve of how I'm being treated at the current moment, but that doesn't make her a B, or it doesn't make me want to say a bad word to her, because it's not necessary. And recently we did have an encounter. While we're not besties or anything, but we have been cordial to one another, or shall I say, I guess, yeah, that's probably the best way to say it. You know, I shared with you all that that relationship was like going through a divorce. If awful things were said to each other, those things are hard to take back, and they take you to a very dark place. So anyway, I really don't want to get into that, but I will say that she and I did recently have an opportunity to chat, and we are on chatting terms again. And I'm so glad that, at least I don't know that she did or didn't, but I don't think she did, and I know I didn't badmouth her in any way, because I really didn't have anything bad to say other than I just didn't understand what happened to our friendship. And so we take it little bit by little bit. I don't know that our friendship will ever be the same. And I guess for me, I see a lot of that as just maturity. I've never been that person to get mad at someone and all of a sudden everything about them I hate. Because you can be mad at someone, you can be hurt by someone and still love everything about them. You know, that's what couples do every day, that go through ups and downs. So yeah, just so many things that today of all days, I've just taken myself through cycles of remembering and just feeling very, very blessed. While I didn't know exactly what I was going to say in front of this camera tonight, I knew that I wanted to be very humble in whatever it is that I needed to say. And so I just turned on the camera and started talking. On that note, I really hope that things make sense. And I kind of feel like I was a little bit all over the place. So when I start editing, it might be quite interesting to get this video edited out. In conclusion to tonight's video, I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, and I'm praying for a Happy New Year for each and every one of you. May God continue to bless us through the end of 2020 and all through the year of 2021 and forever thereafter. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for being a part of my Vlogmas 2020. Bye-bye.